Welcome to my home away from home, Prescott, Arizona. 30 years ago, I stepped foot in this town as a freshman at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. 4 years later, I was being commissioned as second lieutenant in this exact same spot in the United States Air Force. This town has everything for any van lifer to enjoy. So on today's episode, I'm going to be discussing where to camp, where to boondock, my favorite mountain biking and hiking trails, lakes and parks to hang out, and much more. So stay tuned as we explore Prescott, or as the locals say, Prescott, Arizona. Let's get at it. My name is Bert. I travel in a custom-built Ford Transit 250 van that I named Ernie. Like most van lifers, I grew tired of the 9-to-5 grind, so I quit my job, sold everything, and began traveling and experiencing all this lovely country has to offer. I spent the last few years traveling from Canada to Baja, having amazing adventures and meeting some of the most incredible individuals. Please join me on my trip to discover unbelievable destinations and make new friends. Welcome to SoCal Van Life. Prescott is located in the middle of Arizona, about 2 hours north of Phoenix. At an elevation of 5,250 feet, it's a great place to get away from the heat. Welcome to Prescott. But before we start exploring Prescott, let's understand a little bit of history, because the history here is awesome, all the way back from Wyatt Earp hanging out on Whiskey Row to present day. So let's take a look at it. Prescott was founded in 1864 as the first territorial capital of Arizona, and its historic charm is still evident today. The town's rich history is reflected in its well-preserved Victorian architecture, including the famous Whiskey Row, once home to over 40 saloons during the late 1800s. Despite a devastating fire in 1900, Prescott rebuilt itself and remains a vibrant community with deep roots in the Old West. Legendary Old West figures like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday actually lived in Prescott for a time. One of the cool and interesting features of the courthouse is this historical timeline. It starts in 1501 and works all the way up to the present day, so it covers 500 years of historical events that occurred at Prescott and around the Prescott vicinity. It's well worth a trip and checking it out. Van lifers will love downtown Prescott. Downtown Prescott, Arizona is a vibrant hub rich in history and charm, offering a blend of Old West ambiance and modern attractions. At the heart of it is the historic Whiskey Row, a stretch of saloons, art galleries, and unique shops perfect for a leisure stroll. The Courthouse Plaza hosts frequent events including car shows, art fairs, live music, and seasonal festivities, creating a lively atmosphere. Outdoor enthusiasts will find easy access to nearby trails, while those interested in culture can explore the Charlotte Hall Museum. With cozy cafes, local breweries, and friendly locals, downtown Prescott is a delightful destination for adventurous and relaxation alike. I don't camp in campgrounds a lot. What I prefer to do is boondocking and stealth camping. I like to be out there, but when I'm in Prescott, Arizona, the place I normally stay in, the campground I've been the most, is White Spar Campground. It's located 5 miles outside downtown Prescott. It's very convenient. The road's right there. It's got hiking trails, mountain biking trails, and all these amenities around. And it's only $14 a night. So I'm always like, what the heck? I probably spent months camping here throughout the course of my boondocking adventures, and I love the place. So it's the one exception to my camping rule is this place. So let me show you around. The campground has all the basic amenities you need to survive as a van lifer in a campground. I will always have fond memories of this campground because this is where I sat down and learned how to one wheel. I spent about 2 days and probably 8 hours going back and forth on this campground, going through all the campsites, just learning how to one wheel. Only failed once, so I consider it a success. Prescott also has every van lifer's favorite campground, Welcome to Walmart. There's actually 2 in this city. Just be respectful when you stay here. One of the great features I love about Prescott, Arizona is all the boondocking opportunities there are. Majority of the time I'm at White Spar Campground, but when I feel like getting out there in the wilderness, there are plenty of boondocking. So let me show you the 3 areas within Prescott off of I-Overlander where I boondock. And the first big main area is out here off of Thumb Butte Road. There's probably at least 10 or 12 or 15 different boondocking spots that the National Forest Park have laid out. It's right off Thumb Butte Road. It's a dirt road getting up there, and it's a great place to spend, and some of them have amazing views. I decided to skip telling you about the second place due to the courtesy of the actual locals, but it's located in the Prescott National Forest, close to water. I think you can find it if you look on I-Overlander. But the one I actually go to the most is right actually south of the White Spar Campground. And it's in this area right here. It's right off it's in the National Forest area. It's off a dirt road. I think they have 7 spots. So let me go to Google Maps and I'll show you. So right up here, you have the White Spar White Spar Campground where we stay at. But if you come down here a little bit south, maybe a mile or so, and you turn right on South Ponderosa Road, and there's this like dirt road right here. I'll show you right here. Where I'm pointing to right here, all these little spots right here are boondocking spots. So all the way through here, I think it says 7 or 8. It's a great place, and I'll show you pictures of the times I spent boondocking here. But this is what makes Prescott, Arizona an amazing place. You got great campgrounds and great boondocking spots. One of the cool features located right outside of White Spur Campground is the Bean Peaks Gravity Flow Trails. This is new compared to the last time I was here, but it looks like they have a little hill here, and they've added about a mile's worth or a mile and a half's worth of downhill gravity trails for mountain biking. So this is definitely something I want to take a look at and try it today and see how it goes. So they got a map right here. So it seems pretty extensive. It actually really does. Lots of uphill and downhill. So I'm actually going to give this a try. But what a great feature. So Prescott has everything from hiking to biking to, that's why I love the place so much. I actually think my favorite part of mountain biking is just the climbing. I've always been good at it. Ah! Okay, this is fun. Yeah. There are a lot of hiking trails in Prescott, but my favorite hiking trail so far is Thumb Butte. It's a short hike. It's a little over 2 miles, but it's 600 feet of elevation gain. I used to run this twice on Saturdays during soccer season in college. I don't run it anymore, but we'll see. If I'll try to run a little bit, but I'll mostly hike it. But when you get to the top, you get this amazing view of actually Prescott. It's a rainy day today, so it's not the greatest view in the world, but we'll see what we can. If not, I'll show pictures of the past of me hiking up there. But it's my favorite, and I hope if you come here, you enjoy it too. Just be aware there's a $5 day use fee, but on Wednesdays, it's actually free. That's a good deal. At the beginning, there's 2 ways to the top. This one is climbs really fast, but this is the gradual way. So let's do this one. There's 600 feet and probably about a half a mile. Okay, we just got to the switchbacks. Probably another 200 feet of switchbacks to go up. I'm calling it a towel. I'm already tired. We'll walk these, but this is where the view gets amazing. So let's go. Like I said in the introduction, I used to run this twice, a little over 4 miles on Saturdays when I was in college here. I did that because I played soccer and I played left midfield, which is a running position. And although I can't really say I was the best soccer player in the world, what I could say is I was always in shape. So my opponents had a very hard time keeping up with me. And this was part of the reasons they did, because I ran this the entire time on the weekends. So I'm impressed that I did that back then, because it's not easy being almost 50 and doing it at this age. But like I said, you have to admire the view. Okay, that's enough rambling. Let's get to the top. Ooh. Welcome to the saddle of Thumb Butte. If we scramble a little more, we can go and climb that. But I don't like climbing that. I'm not a big scrambler, but from this vantage point, you get an amazing view of Prescott, Arizona. Not today, so I'll show some good pictures I've taken in the past of Prescott. And I just sit up here and admire it. There's a bench down there I'll hang out at. But what's nice part is It's about 1.5 miles, a nice gradual back to the van. So let's enjoy this view for a while, then we'll start our way back. But welcome to Thumb Butte. Here's today's view. I can see there's Thumb Butte right there, and right down there, that's Prescott, Arizona. Okay, let's start our way back. Okay, that was a good run, walk, adventure. I can see why I like doing this one in college a lot. Like I said, this is my favorite hike within Prescott. I'm actually going to put you away. Although it's nice to come back to the van, I'm going to do it one more time. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you come to Prescott and you hike the Thumb Butte Trail too. Located within 15 minutes drive from downtown Prescott, Arizona are 4 awesome lakes for any van lifer to explore. They offer kayaking, paddleboarding, some offer fishing. Unfortunately, none of them offer swimming. This is my favorite lake. This is Watson's Lake. You can see how picturesque and beautiful this is. So let's go out and explore it. This is the drone shot over Watson Lake where I normally park. As you can see, it's spectacular scenery. This is why everyone comes here. It's a great place to go paddleboarding. Make sure you bring your camera. And just a place to spend the day. I highly recommend coming here. The second lake that I'm excited to show you is Willow Lake Reservoir. This is probably the place I spend the majority of my time because they actually have a 4 to 5 mile trail that circumnavigates the entire lake, so I absolutely love to run that. It's also situated on the dells, which these rock formations in Prescott we call the dells. It has a nice parking lot, it has picnic tables, and actually has a place for shade. So when it gets hot like today, you can park the van there and cool down. But let me show you around. The third lake I want to introduce you to is Lynx Lake. Lynx Lake is located in the Prescott National Forest. Like I said, about 15 miles outside downtown Prescott. It's a great place to go paddleboarding. You can actually rent a boat here, an electric boat, and go out. And I think they actually allow fishing. I'll double check on that. But it's a great lake, but unfortunately there's no swimming here. But for any van lifer, it's got a great parking lot with a great view. And let me show you around. Like I said in the intro, this is a good place to go rent a boat and just cruise around the actual lake. And yes, you can actually fish here. Just make sure you have a fishing license. One of the cool features I like about Lynx Lake is the actual Lynx Lake Cafe. It's a great place to grab lunch and grab a cheeseburger. The final lake I want to show you is Goldwater Lake. It's located about 5 miles outside downtown Prescott. It's the closest lake to the actual Prescott City Center. You actually fish here, kayak, and paddleboard. It's a small lake, but it's a perfect place for any van lifer to escape. It's got a great parking area, it's got restrooms, it's got trash cans, and there are actually some level spots that are nice with shade here, so when it gets hot in the Prescott, it's a great place to stay. So I highly recommend coming here to Goldwater Lake for any van lifer who wants to explore. Goldwater Lake has an upper and lower lake. I actually prefer here because it's quieter and you can actually park right on the lake. There's also a trail from White Spar Campground all the way here. It's 8 miles round trip, so it's not short, but I'll actually hike over here, do a little fishing, and hike back to the campground. Like I said, this is a great place to spend the day. There are 2 parks I hang out the most in Prescott. This is Granite Creek State Park. This is where I spend the most of my time. It's a night park. It's about a 1/4 mile from downtown. It's very convenient. As you can see, a lot of cicadas are going crazy right now. Let me show you around. One of the cool features of this park is they have what they call a story walk. So it's probably a 1/4 mile, but there's plaques alongside the trail that just give interesting facts. I think it's more geared towards kids, but it's a good time. The park has restrooms, dumpsters, and a play area, and nice level parking. This is where I like to park under the shade to avoid the sun and the heat. There's also a pump track. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks fun. I don't know what this is, but it has volleyball courts and barbecues and a place for the kids to cool off. My second favorite park to stay within Prescott is Kinley Park. This is located about a mile from downtown, but it has everything. It's actually quiet. That's probably one of the reasons why I like it. It has a skate park, it has a soccer field, because you know I like soccer fields. It actually has a museum, an indigenous museum right across the street. That's pretty cool. And it has restrooms, so it's the perfect place for any van lifer to spend a day. I also like during half the day, it's actually, you can park in the shade, so that's really nice. So I'll show you around. This is the soccer field where the Yavapai Community College play. They are multiple national champions. This is a really nice skate park. This gets really busy around 4 o'clock. This is where I park. And restrooms, perfect for a van lifer. No trip to Prescott is complete without visiting my alma mater, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I spent 4 years here learning how to be electrical engineering and getting my commission in the United States Air Force through ROTC as a second lieutenant. I have fond memories of this place, but most of all, the greatest part of this school was the people I met. The people were amazing and they become lifelong friends. So let me show you around this amazing school. Oh, by the way, it's an aviation school. So if you like flying, you like airplanes, you will absolutely love Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. This is the King Engineering Center where I spent the majority of my time trying just to pass my classes. The library holds the world's largest collection of model airplanes, which comprises of 5,825 pre-flight, private, commercial, military, and rocket aircraft models built to 1/8 scale. Here is a collection of pictures taken around this beautiful campus. This pool was never open when I was there. That's the F-104 Starfighter. Air Force RDC detachment, and the brand new soccer field. Prescott has all the amenities you need to survive as a van lifer, from grocery stores, laundromats, it even has an REI, a Planet Fitness, and a Walmart, and much more. I hope you enjoyed this episode on Prescott, Arizona. I'm currently right now here at the courthouse on Whiskey Row with all the great history, bars, and restaurants. This is an amazing place. This is why I call it my home away from home. So I hope you get to come here, explore it, and fall in love as much as I do. If you like this video, click that like button and click subscribe. Like I said, I do this for fun. It gives me something to do on the road, and it also gives me the opportunity to learn more about where I'm at. So I hope you make it here because it's such an amazing place, and have a nice day. Bye.